So, yeah, it's cold out here. Yeah, I had to clear my head a little bit. I went on a rant, and my ego hijacked my awareness. And I felt the need to make a video on that. So, I'm going to be starting a new YouTube video series. And I'm going to be talking about human experimentation. And I'm the human, just like you. And I'm going to be sharing my experiences and just talking about what happens in my daily life and how I react to it, how I, the ego, reacts to it, and how my awareness, when I go through this, because after the ego does what it does, I'll ask myself, oh, why did I act that way? Why did I do that? Oh yeah, years of conditioning. And I'll practice self-inquiry almost on the daily, so I'll bust my own ego. And what I was going on a rant about was, I was sort of reflecting what I actually want in my life, but I don't have yet. I mean, I have like a really good life. I have a really great life. I live next to this beautiful lake behind me. Yeah. And then there's a few trails. I mean, I shoot my videos here, and it's only a 10-minute drive from my house. I'm gonna crouch back down. And yeah, it is warmer yesterday. I probably should have wore pants and a jacket, but I'll be fine. But anyway, I have a lot of things that I see videos like I saw a few YouTube videos this morning of people living in Japan. I was like, wow, it'd be really cool to do that one day. But I've shackled myself in a plastic prison. I've shackled myself in debt. And I know the way out. It's a rough process, though. When you're so used to wanting to spend money and buy these material things, and you like them for a couple weeks, and then you're over it, and you're like, why did I buy that? You have to undo some of the barriers you set for yourself. And I know I'm not the only one to be going through this process. We're all humans, but simultaneously we're also an awareness that is in a human incarnation. We're aware of something more than we're human. And that's our divine intuition, our divine presence. But in order to unlock that, it requires humility, and sometimes you just gotta grind out previous desires. You just gotta, there's certain desires that have to be expressed, that have to be lived out before certain truths come to light. And like when I was doing a rant earlier, I made a video, and then I was like, I don't know if I want to post that, because it did have some good pointers, but I gotta be careful what I put on YouTube, because a lot of that is conditioning. When I was in the Army, we were screamed at, some veterans shot at. They literally trained me to kill people. They literally trained me to be a machine with no feelings. It's you or the other guy. Eat or be eaten. That conditioning, those aggressive tendencies, when I realized shift is needed in my life, it's, in reality, it's going to take patience, it's going to take time. But my mind, with the aggressive tendencies, it's almost like I have a drill sergeant saying, you gotta fucking do this, you gotta do this right now. and like I have to learn to cool it. And but this is a process, this is like this is conditioning that I have to heal from. This is conditioning that I have to not reverse, because it can't be reversed, but to not let hijack my awareness when I'm talking with you guys. I gotta make sure not to come off as a drill sergeant, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because civilians aren't used to that. A lot of people who don't join the military or be a police, or I don't know, maybe being a cop is different. I'll just stick with military because I was never a cop. But people who weren't trained to be a soldier, you weren't trained to kill people. And it does stuff to you. And you have PTSD and all this stuff. So, and you sort of have to like recuperate from that. You got to find peace again. Sometimes it can be hard though, because you are your own worst enemy. So like if your mind is still, if there's a part of your mind that's still like in drill sergeant mode, it's gonna make recuperating from that a lot harder and not an easy task to undergo. But anyway, this video series, lost my train of thought. I'm learning to clear my mind. But anyway, like, these videos are sort of help to guide you to better navigate your desires. So like if your desires are pulling you in all different directions and you're not at peace at all, I hope to provide an atmosphere where things are more clear, more organized, and I'm decluttering my own life. Embracing minimalism is something I feel pulled to do. It's an intuitive pulling. It's not my mind saying this will make me happy if I get rid of all this stuff. It's something I know will make me happier, and it's something I know will bring more peace and simplicity to my life, because the less I own, the more free I am, or the more free I feel. So, sorry, I got like a earache or something like that. My hands are frozen solid. But yeah, it's it's a grind. Life is a grind. Life is never gonna stop being life, but there's a lot we can cut out of our life. There's also a lot we can add onto our life. And when you cut away stuff, sometimes adding things are good, like with time consumption. If we're addicted to playing video games, but we have an intuitive pulling and, wanting to learn a language because we want to travel and live somewhere. Or maybe learning a musical instrument because we love listening to music, but we want to play music. Maybe there's an intuitive pull in that direction that we feel. Well, for these changes to happen, part of the decluttering process is to sort of cut back on our old habits. And when we do that, we allow space for new ones to come in. It's actually a very simple process, but it's not so simple to execute. It's not so simple to actually do that. Especially if we've been conditioned to act a certain way, to behave a certain way, to habits that have been instilled in us for more than 10 years, If you've been doing something for a while, say, I don't know, you like to eat out all the time, but it's costing you your bank account. Well, that's not going to be an easy process to, it's going to take a grind to change that, but it's not impossible. And I'm in the process of it myself. I'm in the process of changing multiple things in my life. My diet, how much food I spend on groceries. I'm much more conscious about it. I'm much more disciplined about it. How much money I spend on miscellaneous stuff that I don't need but I just want. I'm getting better at that one. Honestly, I'm better at the food one than I am that other one. But this is all a process, and as long as you set up reminders, like, I don't know, maybe watch a YouTube on minimalism, maybe watch a YouTube on healthy eating, yoga, people living off grid, nature, tuning to Mother Earth, music that is healthy for your mind, that brings peace, video games that bring peace, because there's also video games that bring violence and not peace. So, and I think part of the process of this growing in awareness and becoming our own truth, living out our truth, because living your authentic life, living authentically, and walking in the direction of truth requires grit. It requires the willingness to grind. The pieces are already there for you. Everything is already inside, pointing you to a certain direction. All you have to do is take that first step and to initiate. And part of my process, so I'm really attached to my plastic figures, and I got a couple of them on my walk. I got Donovan the Don fan. I'll probably be keeping, quite a few of these, because I like to carry different ones in my pocket in day to day. They're my Pokemon, and I feel like they're with me. I don't always have to play a video game to feel like I'm with my Pokemon. Sometimes just carrying a plastic figure and using my imagination, they're already alive. And that may sound weird, but that's just a part of my personality. But I'm attached to my figures, yeah, but you'd be surprised. I have another bedroom. I don't go in a lot. I leave it open sometimes for my cats so they can go in there. That's going to be my painting and yoga space, but I've cluttered it with all the figures I want to do away with, because one of the things I've started doing is taking the figures that I no longer want and just putting them in there, and eventually I list them. And I notice just like when I went through my clothes, I got 2 trash bags of clothes. I removed half my closet this morning. Took about an hour, but I was like, I got too many clothes I don't wear, and I'm going to donate these. So that's what I did. And when I got rid of them, when I wasn't looking at them, when I'm blindfolded and I don't see my possessions anymore, it makes it easier for me to get rid of. So maybe something that could help you with this process, if you're wanting to minimize your life, if you're wanting to simplify by getting rid of some of your possessions, well, the ones you're attached to but you're not as attached to, get rid of the things in your life that you're not that attached to first, and you'll work your way up. But if you have trouble sometimes, like me, sometimes there'll be a figure that I don't like as much as my other figures, but I sometimes will tell myself, or my mind will tell myself, oh, you might like this a couple months from now. It'd be worth hanging on to. That's something that I'm starting to catch. And but when I remove that figure from my room and I put it in the other bedroom, and then I go list it and I sell it and I box it up and I ship it off, I'm not attached to it anymore. It's like gone. And it's more of like a lighter feeling. Because like I'm getting rid of this stuff that imprisoned me for so long. So it's my get out of jail free card right there. All I gotta do is take pictures of the items I don't want, list it on a website for a reasonable price. I don't want to scalp anybody, but list it on the website for a reasonable price, and then I don't even have to pay for shipping. All I got to do is walk to the library and print a shipping label, and then I box it up and ship it off. The only thing I might have to pay for is, well, I don't have to pay for boxes because I can get those from my neighbors or something like that. The only thing I have to pay for is tape. That's it, tape. So like that's not, yeah. So it's all I gotta do. And when you figure out those basic steps, going through with it, actually going forward and doing this process, initiating this change, is the part people have the most difficult with. So, but yeah, I'll be keeping you guys updated on how I'm minimalizing my life. I may even like show you, like take a video at home, show you guys how many figures I have. It won't be a long video, but yeah, and I'll just keep you updated on all the, just changing. And I might even learn to play the acoustic guitar. I've had the same guitar since I was 17, and I haven't learned to play it yet. I'm not getting rid of that. I want to keep that. So, but if this video helped you in any way, please share your thoughts down below. Go outside, enjoy life, but continue to work on yourself. You can do both. Make time for both. That's another important caveat. And I'll have more topics that I'll talk about. But we're all humans, and we're all learning to experiment on ourselves and to see what suits us and what doesn't suit us. And it's up to us if we want to live out our highest nature or our lowest nature. But the lower nature you are, the heavier you're going to feel and the more miserable you're going to be. So if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Greenfoot out. Peace.